Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to tell you is a pretty depressing story. I brought upon myself shame to my very name. I was being irresponsible and I could have nearly burned down my sister's kitchen in the whole process. Now, the reason why there was a fire inside of my oven is because of this small trinket right here. This burnt up piece of plastic has beads inside of it. Hair beads that goes inside your hair. So if you have braids, you can put beads on the end. You guys know the whole situation. So yeah, as I said, I was being, irresponsible, but not on purpose. I'm not just saying that I'm like not qualified to watch children or anything like that, but this happened upon my watch of watching the children. Now, it could have happened when I went to the bathroom, or when I went to the door, or when I went to go check the mailbox. The message from out of this is we have to pay close attention to the smaller siblings every second, every minute, every hour of the day, because something like this that happened today could happen to you or somebody near you. So the beads ended up inside of the oven. Don't know how they ended up there. Don't know who put it in there, but it was not me. And I turned on the oven and didn't look inside of the actual oven. So my mom and dad pull up to the house with more nieces and nephews inside of the car. Everybody's here, just happy to see each other and everything like that. My mom is dropping off some, essentials that we may need. And I'm over here opening the door, letting them in. Mind you, while I'm doing that, the oven is actually on. Then I go to my room. I'm trying on the brand new slippers that she bought me. So I'm making sure that they fit and everything because she wanted to know. She said if they didn't fit, she'll be able to take them back to the store and exchange them for, a bigger size had I needed it. But they were a perfect fit. So while we are all doing that, no one's paying attention to the stove. Obviously, the person that put the oven on was me, and I'm in the room trying on slippers. So, as I said, I did not look inside of the oven. I just pressed the power button to the oven. I pressed bake, which is, I guess the power button. And I'm waiting for the desired temperature of 350 to reach on the oven. So that way I can put the hot wings inside. So I typically do this. We've been in here for a couple of days and everything like that. So that's how I usually power on the oven. Now, I'm waiting in the room and my dad is standing out here. He's saying something, something stinks. It smells like something is burning. Who has something burning? And then I'm like, oh, I got the oven on. And my sister's like, that's Barry. He's supposed to be making Jeremiah some hot wings. So then he goes to open up the oven and there's a fire inside of the oven. Now this fire it's growing, but it's not at a, like a severe case to where you got to call, the fire department or anything like that. It was a small fire, but still very harmful as well because of, the black clogs of smoke that was in the air and everything like that, and then you have the plastic flying around in the air. So it was a bad situation. Now, me being in this situation for the very first time, I have never fought a fire in my life. I never had to put out a oven fire or a stove fire or anything that was on fire. So at this point in time, I'm just like panicking. I don't know what to do. I know this is all my fault, and they're not shaming me, but my dad was telling me that I got to be a little bit more responsible. I got to pay closer attention to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said that message. We got to pay attention to the small siblings. Even if you're not a babysitter, you don't have to essentially be in charge all of the time, but you do have to look after smaller siblings. It doesn't matter who they are. You got to watch them, every second, every minute, every hour of the day because something tragic could happen. So had my father not smelled that, this kitchen could have been burned down or something. And we were all present in the house. Even a baby was in here. So I feel pretty bad about this situation. My sister, she didn't say anything. but I know that she probably is upset with me for not paying any closer attention to her children, you know? Now, a lot of people are going to also say, well, yeah, it's not my fault, but essentially it is. Even though I didn't know about the beads being in there, I didn't know that one of the children had them, I didn't know they were touching, it still ended up in the stove upon me watching them, you know? So, yeah, I'm taking a big L here. I'm owning up to my mistake, and I'm making a video to talk about it, you know? So, yeah, now, looking around in the kitchen and everything like that, you can't really see too well, but there is a lot of little black, like little black stuff just floating around in the air because of the burning plastic. Even over here on the wall, there's this really black formation of like a spider web. It's not even a spider web, it's legit from the plastic that was burning inside of the oven. So once he opened the oven and everything like that, letting all the smoke and the air out of it, we had to turn on the fan so that way we won't be, breathing in all of that heavy black smoke. So the fan was turned on. Right now the AC is turned on. I had this door behind me, which is the door to the backyard. So I had this door open and everything like that, and then you had the smoke alarms or smoke detectors that you guys can see. This thing right here, this was going off. It's flashing like crazy. Sounds are really, really loud. But like I said, it was a small oven fire, but still very, very dangerous and very harmful, So now me and my sisters here, we're trying to fight this fire. My dad is helping out the best way he can. He's also coaching, and then he tells us, to wet a towel and really wet the towel, and then just start, like damping it, smacking the fire. So now the fire is actually out. It still smells bad in the house, and it's still a little bit smoky in here, but we're doing the best that we can to let all of the smoke out. The baby is outside of the house, thank God. I just have all the rest of the smaller children. No fire department has showed up or any police officers or anything like that, so I'm not in any major trouble, but this was a very bad situation to be in. But since I have you guys here in this video right now and I have my back door open to the backyard, I can actually show you guys the backyard, because I said I was going to do this in a separate video, but I might as well show you guys like right now. Let me just open up this door a little bit more. So as you guys can see, a pretty old swing set, but this backyard space is really, really big. Way over there, as I mentioned, the one palm tree. Every other tree back here is just a regular tree. We have a tool shed that no one has access to. As you guys can see, there's another yard straight across. Some red birds was just up in the tree. I believe they were red robins or something like that. But yeah, that's the backyard. Let's close this because we have little salamanders that like to run and jump, and also frogs, as I mentioned. All of that stuff will end up hopping into our home. Let's also lock this thing up. So we have like a triple lock action going on. 2 bottom locks and then a top lock up here. There we go. So yeah, now everything is put out, but like I said, I still feel pretty bad. I'm solely responsible for this situation. We got the fire out in time, but if we weren't able to get it out, then that would have been really, really bad on the house, because we legit just moved in here, and now it's gonna be hard to put stuff in the oven now because of my mistake that I made, So I'm trying my very best to actually clean the oven out, but the beads that were burning in there, they're actually stuck onto the oven. So now, like I said, it's going to be hard to put anything in there. He still wants his hot wings, but I told him, we can't have the hot wings anymore because of the situation. So yep, we got this AC going right now. It's not really helping though. It's still pretty hot in the house. Standing right next to that chandelier. But yeah, man, I just wanted to share a little bit of information with you guys. I like to keep things 100 and everything like that. I don't like to hide things. And like I said, whenever I make a mistake, I don't want others to make the same exact mistakes. So that's why I make these videos talking about things that are super important, regardless if people care about it or not. You gotta be able to pass on any type of information, any type of knowledge, any type of insight that people can use. So pay attention to the siblings, pay attention to your cooking habits and everything like that. Make sure you don't have your fire knobs all the way high. Make sure you don't have grease popping everywhere, if you're using oil to cook. And always check the oven. That is the number one thing I'm going to start doing from now on. Every time I use the oven, I'm going to open it up and make sure nothing is hiding inside of there, because those beads were hiding in there, and I made the mistake by powering on the oven and not looking inside of it. I feel really terrible, guys. Like, there's legit nothing anybody can say right now to try to change the way that I feel. Like I said, my sister, she didn't spaz out on me and say, you know what, you can't live here anymore, you're stupid. My dad, he just said this strongly, you got to pay more closer attention to the children when you are babysitting them. And that was all that he said. But like I said, they didn't try to shame me or anything, but I do feel pretty bad that I brought shame upon myself, being 28 years old and not being capable to, have a common sense. It really sucks. But I'll catch you guys in the next video, whatever video that may be here on the channel. Right now I'm just trying to clean up and get all of the black stuff that's destroying the house and everything. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.